FSU to kick the ball away. Ryan Fitzgerald to boot it. Aaron Anderson, the speedster freshman from New Orleans, is deep for the Bayou Bengals. And Fitzgerald drives it to the end zone, and LSU will start from the 25-yard line. Here is Jaden Daniels. Got better as the season went on, Kirk. A lot more from the structure of the offense. He plans to stay in the pocket. Doesn't mean he can't get out and really hurt the nose with his legs.
I think we saw that last year. Early in the year, new system, new teammates, adjusting to the chemistry and the timing of those receivers. By the time he got to that second half of the season, most notably Alabama, he had settled in and become a completely different quarterback. And I think also the offensive coordinator, Mike Denbrock, adjusted to his skill set.
Play action on first down. Flipped out of the backfield. And the catch is made. And running free is Trey Bradford. Huge gain. Still rolling down near the 20-yard line.
He slides on a rail route. See that linebacker's caught up with a tight end, Mason Taylor. Nobody there to pick up the back sliding out of the backfield.
55-yard gain right away here in the red zone. Daniels on the move, flips it short to Taylor, and the tight end makes a man miss and bangs down inside the 5-yard line.
Love this aggressive look by LSU, coming out trusting their quarterback and attacking here.
First and goal, a minute in. Handoff inside to Bradford, a guy who was not expected to be a huge part of the running back rotation. They're pretty deep in that area. This is Josh Williams, the 200-pounder in the game now. Keeper Daniels makes a cut. He is wrapped up immediately on the edge by Patrick Payton. No gain, and it's third and goal. A flag comes out on the tackle. Did they get over aggressive?
Well, that whistle blew, and they took him all the way to the ground right in front of the official. The head referee throws the flag.
Derek Anderson in charge of a Big 12 crew. Same conference that worked last year's matchup in New Orleans.
A lot of emotion out there early in this game. Peyton makes a great play. Did not stop.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 11, defense. After this ball, automatic first down.
Look at all those jerseys. They made the play. You got to stop. I mean, it's not that it was physical, malicious, but it was just so late they had to make that call.
Power formation. Was there a flinch before the snap? Couldn't tell. There is no flag, and Williams gets nothing. Daniels surveying. Play clock down to 7. He's got to hurry here. Still motioning as it's 3-2. Does he see it? I don't know if he got it off. Throw in the end zone. It's incomplete. Broken up over there. Intended for Malik Neighbors. I thought it was a delay.
Daniels that time usually throws that fade pretty well. He just threw it too flat.
Neighbors by far the top receiver on this team last season. Empty backfield. It's Williams motioning now from the slot. Big play early on. Can the Noles make a stand here and force a field goal attempt? Daniels has time in the pocket. Delivers into the end zone. Catch made, but out of bounds. It was Neighbors working the back line, defended by Renardo Green.
You know, Neighbors is pointing. That right foot looked like it may have touched first. Let's look. He's already out of bounds. Left foot's already out of bounds.
Fourth down from the 2-yard line. Daniels scanning, now trying to create. He'll be dropped back at the 15. The sack is made by D.J. Lundy.
They bring the blitz. Watch this job of coming after him. Josh Williams steps up to account for it. He goes right over top of him and then gets up off the ground. Shows you the athletic ability and the desire to come up with that sack at a critical moment here early in this game. Great play by Lundy.
He's an amazing athlete. You'll see him at fullback on offense, blocking, running, and even catching the football occasionally. This time, the sack. Jordan Travis, in his first play of the season, zips it short. And the catch is made by Jaheim Bell, the do-everything transfer from South Carolina. They said they would get him involved early. He wasn't kidding. First play.
Very first play, Jordan Travis has got to be ecstatic about having a talent like Bell. You see the big numbers he had last year. Really has been around for 4 years. His 27th start tonight. To me, I think it's his composure that goes along with his ability to make quick plays and also be able to improvise.
On the run, where he's so dangerous. Zips it high. Trying to get the ball to Keon Coleman, another newcomer. Who was Michigan State's top receiver a year ago. Just looks so much adrenaline there.
See the transfers, trying to get him the ball. Keon Coleman, Michigan State, and Bell from South Carolina. And when you talk with the Florida State coaches, I mean, those are the names outside of the Jordan Travis they want to bring up right away about what a difference these two have made with the potential, what this offensive production can be.
Saw the most experienced offensive line in college football. 214 combined starts, by far the most. Who's going to win the battle up front? Here's a first clue here on 3rd and 5. Toafili is the back. LSU just rushes 3 and drops a bunch of guys into coverage, and he squeezes the ball into Johnny Wilson. The guy with a big wingspan, a red zone weapon, goes down low and makes a tough catch. Coleman comes across the formation, and they hand it off inside. Hard yards in there tonight. Harold Perkins.
Create the one-on-ones and then attack downfield.
Travis, as you said, it's second nature. He knows so much about this offense. Very calm back there. They pick up the pressure, and again, finds Wilson in space, and that's a second first down catch for the big fella.
Again, that's what I love about Travis. He's known for his creativity, but he sits in that pocket when it's there and makes good decisions, quick decisions, and gets the ball out.
They fake it to Benson. He wants to take a downfield shot. Sets up, and it's Coleman, but he was inaccurate. There's a flag down. Coleman was wide open. Greg Brooks Jr. trying to cover him, but the throw was off target.
I think it might have been downfield where there was holding by LSU.
I think it might have been an offensive pass interference.
State, okay.
Pass interference, number 14, offense. 15-yard penalty. Replay first.
Benson follows some blockers, and Trey Benson, one of the toughest guys to tackle, one of the best in the country, Kurt, at yards after contact a year ago.
Well, and it's because of that lower body. He is one of the more physical backs in the ACC, and that time he had some great blocks up front. It's a veteran offensive line.
They got 11 on the first down run, so 2nd and 14. Benson moves to the slot. Travis escaping, trying to create, flips it downfield, and going up to try to make a leaping catch was Destin Hill, the freshman slot receiver. Couldn't quite. He blossomed into one of the SEC's most feared defenders. 3rd and 14. Play clock at 2. Travis flushed. Looking for help. Delivers underneath. It's Wilson again. And Wilson has now made 3 catches, all of them for first downs to the LSU 40. Travis has been dialed in on 3rd down tonight. There's a slant on first down. Catch made by Coleman. Deion Coleman, his first touchdown as a Seminole.
Florida State fans, this is what you wanted to see. Keon Coleman, the big receiver from Michigan State, 6'4", 215, getting isolated one-on-one. You can see how nifty he is, even at 6'4", makes the safety miss, walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Ryan Fitzgerald for the PAT. Florida State got kind of a silver medal out of high school. He chose Michigan State because of the turmoil in Tallahassee to Mike Norvell, and he makes an instant impact. Florida State, first blood, midway first. "86-yard drive in 9 plays after the 4th down stop of the Seminole defense.
I mean, you've got 7 teams right now that are legit.
5 in the top 8 teams. We saw Utah beat the Gators on Thursday. Undefeated so far. Daniels escapes, makes a cut, and somehow eludes traffic. Looked like he was going to get knocked down behind the line. He makes 2 before Patrick Payton got him.
LSU going fast here.
Daniels gets it off just before he's hit, and the catch is made there by Brian Thomas. You're going to have your eye on Daniels to see if he hangs in the pocket a little more patiently this year.
That and trying to hit the bigger throws downfield. One thing they learned about him, they love to spread defenses out and just let 5 play in space. Let him make quick reads, and either has the option to make a good throw, or with all that space, he can take off and run.
Noah Kane, the former Nittany Lion, is in the backfield now. Gets the football and runs right into a garnet wall. Nothing for Kane that time. The Noles are sending a message. It's going to be tough to run up the middle on us tonight.
Fisk a monster in there in the middle.
And off inside again. They're trying to be patient with the running game, but that's a Bethune filling that time, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
When you have Fisk and Lovett, and you're able to rotate others inside there, I think you think about the experience that they have at linebacker. Adam Fuller, talking to him in their 4th year now in Florida State, you could see the intent to try to become more physical. It's not just the athletic ability on the edge and the defensive backs. It's, I think, where they are right now at the line of scrimmage that makes them a real threat as a defense.
Noles rotate in their pass rush package on 3rd and 7. Daniels against the 4-man rush, does have time, gets the ball out, and the catch is made. 1st down across midfield to Malik Neighbors, guy who went on to have a monster year as a receiver. Josh Williams, he took a look at the back and then sprints up the middle, and Daniels knifes into the secondary. 1st down inside the 35. A chance could be a game wrecker for the Seminoles. Number 5, he was a monster a year ago in this game. Daniels calmly in the pocket and delivers a poor throw over the head of Josh Williams, who had a lot of space. Two-by-two look. Bradford is the back. Daniels looks and finds a receiver on the edge, and that's Kyron Lacey. And Lacey weaves his way down near the goal line. Stopped just short.
And the effort here by Lacey gets the hand down. Jarian Jones trying to bring him down, and heel stays up.
Noles defense wasn't set. They play fast and score. Trey Bradford barrels in, and the Bayou Bengals answer with a 75-yard drive. Damian Ramos, of course, who had that PAT blocked by the Noles a year ago to preserve the 1-point victory. Also had a field goal blocked in the 2nd quarter. The only 2 blocks he had all year came against Florida State. So nothing is automatic, but this one is up and good.
That's what they were telling us down on the field before the game. They said, thanks for bringing the cold front in. I'm sweating.
Kickoff driven to the end zone. Wilson, Coleman, and Bell were featured in the drive. None of them began their career at Florida State, but that, of course, is the new normal in the sport.
They've been playing a lot from the pocket, a lot of in-breaking routes, slants, digs, crossing routes.
Delay, and it's zipped and it's dropped up there. That's been one of the knocks on Wilson. He'll make the acrobatic tough catches and sometimes will drop the easy one. He's worked a lot on that in the offseason. Travis scans and rolls and puts it short. That's Benson out of the backfield, who was spun down at the 33. Keeper, and Travis lowers the shoulder, but he didn't get there. Stopped about a yard short of the marker by Greg Brooks and Harold Perkins, and it's 4th down. Didn't have much work last year. Noles were so effective they didn't have to punt it too often. Gregory Clayton is back to field it for the Bayou Bengals, and it's driven deep by mastermind of the Aussie. Risky overhead catch by Clayton, who falls down as he makes it at the 15-yard line. Booming punt. Yeah, this is Malik Neighbors' lowlights, and he had a lot of highlights, but steps up. Muffled one was right in the breadbasket. That set up a score. He didn't get fired at that point. Dropped another one, and after that, the job went to other people, and he went to the job of catching touchdown passes.
A lot of people excited what he's going to do this year.
Daniels across the middle, and a flag comes out. It was Neighbors running a route, and defended by Green.
He looked like he got a hold of maybe that left arm. Right in there.
Pass interference. Number 8, defense. The ball replaced at the spot of the foul.
See, right there, the hand on the jersey. Oh, yeah. Good call. Great call by the official.
Green, the senior from right here in Orlando. Big night for him. Throw it to the sidelines. Aaron Anderson is a speedster, a very small guy to New Orleans. They knocked him down. LSU wants a flag, and now it comes in late.
Chris, you may have all setting a late hit there as well. That's what got Brian Kelly worked up.
I thought that's what the flag was.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a hold there or not. Could have. May have offsetting.
There's only one foul on the play.
Okay.
There's no foul for offensive holding.
Wow.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Number 3, the defense. 15 yards added to the end of the play. First down.
He's got a great NAS name to play for Florida State, but that is a costly penalty. He's going to move the football.
Well, you would have a live ball foul and a dead ball foul, so you would have enforced both.
Ball near midfield. Daniels looking to throw on first down. Checks it down, and Lacey, this time he cannot escape the tackle. It's made by Greedy Vance.
Knowles doing a pretty good job mixing up coverage and getting some pressure on Jaden Daniels where they can play zone. Not have to worry about playing man-to-man. You can see after that play, defender had a few words towards that LSU bench. Grady Vance looking over at Brian Kelly had a few words for him.
Brian Kelly's not afraid to give it back. Vance is a Louisiana guy, so you know he's going to be keyed up playing LSU. The Louisville transfer. Daniels throws across the middle, and that's Brian Thomas, and he spins free. Not great tackling so far by the secondary of the Noles tonight, and now another flag comes out. This thing is overheating quickly.
Thomas makes a great effort, and then you have Zerjay Thomas with the big hit late.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 54, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And they got Byron Turner, so a second personal foul in the series moves the ball inside the 25.
Yeah, it's actually not on the ball carrier. It's right there.
30 yards and penalties. It gained 33 with the offense. Play clock at 5. Daniels still has it. Still has it. Tries to jump over people and gets absolutely hammered to the ground. Met in midair by Bethune, who just drove him down. Maybe not do that as a quarterback in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I know he's an athletic guy. It's the last thing you want to do is go airborne right into the middle of that defense, right into the arms of the middle linebacker. He times it up perfectly and gets a great hit.
Villamagna waving off, any talk of a targeting there.
Well, he's a runner, so he's not defenseless, and there was no crown of the helmet with a launch into his head. So good no call.
Seconds running down in this eventful first quarter. See if they get the playoff. Just Daniels for the end zone. Looping throw. Incomplete. No chance to make a play. Double coverage there. Neighbors, a heck of an effort. Williams has it in the hole, and they run for it and almost get it. Did he get knocked down short? Braden Fisk right near the marker. Well, they spot it. Looks like it's going to be short. Two tight ends to the left. Instead, it's Daniels with a keeper, and they swarm him. Another fourth down stop by the Seminoles. Shaheem Brown made the tackle. They were ready for the keeper.
No doubt about it. And again, they have prepared all summer. Watched Florida State's defense doing a really good job having awareness. Tight end Taylor comes around, but nobody is there on the outside to be able to deal with that extra man. The safety had walked himself up. Shaheem Brown, 38 off the edge. See that? Nobody there. He had the option, if he had time, to throw it out into the flat.
They'll take over about the same position they did after stopping the Tigers in the first quarter at the 15. Benson from the pistol. They fake it to him. Daniels was clobbered. Just gets the ball out. And the catch is made by Kyle Morlock. Mekhi Wingo was there in a hurry.
Woo! With Mason Smith out, you knew that this big guy in the middle right here would have to make a lot of plays. Mekhi Wingo was an All-American last year, stepped up with Smith down. He's doing it again tonight. 6'1", 295 pounds. Not the biggest, but shows you there how quick he is in the middle.
Big fella wearing number 18, and that means a lot at LSU. Benson knocked down. Of course, it was Matty Mock, the championship quarterback, who wore 18. Then it was Jacob Hester after that, and it's kind of given to a guy that has great effort and outworks everybody, and they gave it to Big Wingo this year.
Yeah, within that program, that's an incredible honor. That and number 7, of course, is such a great history.
3rd and 5. Coleman motions out to the right. Travis scanning, flips it up underneath, and the catch is made by Toafili. If you're an opposing quarterback, you're happy to see number 4 in coverage where he's just average. Getting after the passer, he's all world.
Yeah.
Tom Toafili takes the handoff and drives forward for about 3.
It's a good point. I think a lot of people are curious to see how they're going to utilize Perkins because, like I said last year, he was electrifying. He had made so many big plays. But keep in mind, last year he was being an athlete and learning the system on the fly. They kept him on the edge an entire offseason to learn how to be an off-ball linebacker. He's a guy that played high school running back, defensive end. So he's learning how to play that position. They'll still put him down on 3rd downs when they can.
Yeah, he is incredibly efficient. He didn't have a whole huge number of pass rush snaps last year, but he made an impact a lot of the time. 2nd down run. Benson tries to pick his way. There wasn't much there. Gets about a yard. It'll be 3rd down and medium again, and those fans wanted a flag that time. Coleman motions across. Travis. Oh, another drop. Oh, my goodness. Johnny Wilson, for the 2nd time tonight, has had an easy catch, and he had space that time to move the sticks. So the drop is a drive killer, and Mastromano hits it high. And coming up to make a fair catch, another muff. A scramble for the football. The Florida State team has it. LSU thinking, oh, no, not again. It's recovered by Azaria Thomas. But that time, it was Anderson trouble feeling the punt. Wow.
But LSU, the miscues from a year ago, come back to haunt them here and give Florida State great field position.
Travis had to pump fake, throws it into traffic, and gives it right back to LSU. Poor decision, and Deuce Chestnut, the Syracuse transfer, made him pay.
When he sees the blitz, he sees it. Nobody there to pick it up. He wanted to get the ball out quickly. But I don't think he and the receiver are on the same page. He pumped fake, tried to buy time. By the time the receiver starts to look, he had to force it. He should have just thrown that ball away or eaten it instead. Throws it into traffic for the pick.
Back-to-back turnovers, and the Tigers have it at the 26. Daniels zips it short, and Kyron Lacey couldn't come up with it. Had to turn upfield and lost the handle.
I think it'll be depending on where they are in the field and how the game's going to flow in the game.
Daniels still's got it on the edge. He's got a blocker. He's got space, and that's just easy yardage for the quarterback, sprinting out a couple yards short of the marker.
Yeah, that's the threat that he brings. Anytime you get him on the edge, everybody we've ever dealt with that tries to defend him. They always talk about the outside edge. You know, got to keep him in the pocket. We got to respect the rush lanes. Try to squeeze him. We don't want to let him break contain because of how much damage he can do once he gets outside.
Daniels with the most productive passing first quarter he's ever had in his career, 151 yards. He's also been able to run for 13 yards. That time it's batted up and falls to the turf, but pass rush right in the face.
Patrick Payton with his length, great length, 6'5", just goes up. Great athlete, able to time that up perfectly to knock it down.
Impact player off the edge, and as you said, he's long. Miami native, Miami Northwestern, a great high school program. Jay Bramlett to punt it. Not particularly good. It's going to bounce and get a nice LSU roll. And it's Coleman who did not come up and field it. He was not a punt returner at Michigan State. He's new to the role, and that was not what they're hoping for as it rolls dead all the way down at the 1-yard line, about a 65-yard punt. Harold Perkins, by the way, in the opinion of this officiating crew, touched that punt. Keep an eye on right there. Did he touch his leg? And they spotted the ball down through 8, calling it dead there. I don't know that it's super clear that it hit him in the leg, but it's the difference between the 1-yard line and about the 8-yard line. So FSU going to take it.
Looks like.
Line. Replay has looked at that and determined that there was no touching. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. It'll be first down, Florida State at that spot.
Perkins said, yeah, I didn't get that. Good use of replay. Interior running game so far. Benson gets about a yard.
Watch big number 18, how quickly he gets off the ball. Putting a lot of pressure on the inside here, this Florida State offensive line with Maurice Smith in there at center.
He's always good, but I think extra inspiration wearing number 18 for the first time. Quick story on how meaningful that is, by the way. Toafili blocking, and Travis gets the ball out quickly. You know, Howie Roseman, the GM of the Eagles, said that they actually drafted Benny Logan in the 3rd round in part because he wore 18. They figured what he meant to LSU. That's the kind of guy you want in the locker room. See if LSU can get off the field here on 3rd and 4. Jaheim Bell, slot left. They haven't involved him since the opening play, and one of those pre-snap delay a game. They didn't get it off quite in time.
They got the timeout, I think.
Did they?
Yeah, Mike Norvell from the sideline.
Prior to the snap, timeout, Florida State.
Yeah, they rush 4. Travis from the end zone. Pocket collapsing. He just lofts it into the air. And Greg Brooks had a great chance to pick it off. Estramano from his end zone. Boots it. Clayton back returning punts. And he escapes. And Daniels right down the middle of the field. Makes a man miss. It is finally dragged down at the 11.
Miles Frazier, good job here being able to come up, help out, get up to that second level. He cuts right behind that. Really good natural feel there by Jaden Daniels. See what he could do in the open field.
More rushing yards than any FBS quarterback a year ago. Almost 900. 40 more in that play. Now finds Mason Taylor. LSU's close again inside the 5.
And if you're an LSU fan, that's what you're used to seeing. Jaden Daniels makes the play with his legs. They go a little bit of tempo.
First down markers at the 1. 2nd and 3. Kane is in the game. Straight keeper. Daniels fights down near the goal line. Doesn't get there, but it's 1st and goal before Jerry and Jones stopped him.
I'm just glad to see him get up. He kind of fell awkwardly there as he went airborne, kind of landed backwards into that Florida State defense. Worried about his legs, but good to see him up. They get that first down, and instead of running the backs, they run the quarterback. Get that extra blocker.
This time they hand it to Kane, and he's hit immediately, and once again, that Seminole defense stout on short yardage.
Good job of filling this defensive line, submarining, eating up those offensive linemen, free those backers to get downhill.
Kane again. This time he dives into the end zone, and LSU takes the lead, making use of that great field position. 50 yards in 4 quick plays. The 40-yard quarterback run sets it up. They look to Kane. Short yardage situation, scored 10 touchdowns a year ago. And LSU with 6:02 before halftime and has taken the lead for the first time. Electric long distance run and then a power run.
At the half, Chris, back to you.
Boots it away. Jordan Travis a little rattled, Kirk. 3 for 6, 16 yards and an interception in that second quarter after a very efficient start to this game. Pressure off the edge and the completion hit behind the line over there is Coleman. Juice Chestnut with the tackle.
Good job of reacting. He's the one that came up with a big interception. This is what I want to take a look at. Look at all these plays LSU's had in Florida State territory, 19. Of course, we've had some goal line stands. Florida State only 2.
Behind the 6 on second down. Travis has time now. Chooses to use his legs. He's got good speed too. Slides down. Knowles fans wanted a late hit. The experience of Jordan Travis is his 38th game. Ashton Stamps, a true freshman corner, is in for Chestnut on this 3rd and 6. LSU backs out. Now late pressure off the edge. It's picked up. And a dart across the middle. And that time, big fella makes the catch. And Wilson dragging folks into LSU territory. That was a much-needed conversion for this Knowles offense.
And a great job by this offensive line. This time, forget the dual threat. He's a quarterback sitting in a pocket on 3rd down under duress. But the line helps him out. Good read and a good throw.
And here's a flag pre-snap. They go back to Wilson, whose 2 drops have been part of FSU's offensive drop-off.
Number 53, offense.
Chestnut, by the way, quickly back in the game. And it's important for LSU fans to have their starting corner.
You pick up a big first down like that, you get a little momentum, and then 5 yards back with the center flinching there. Now it's 1st and 15.
Travis flushed again. Runs to his left, makes a throw across his body, and that's another drop. This time it's Shaheem Bell who had a lot of space.
He sees Bell clean at the 2nd level, and he just loses it. 3rd drop. Saw 2 from Wilson earlier. These are their better players.
In space and had room to run. Rodney Hill rotates in a tailback on 2nd and 15. They fake it to him. Travis gets around the corner and will just dart out of bounds after a short gain. No one open there. Chestnut forced him out.
Good job of taking away those receivers and forcing him to run.
Need 12 on 3rd down. LSU rushing only 3, playing coverage. Travis has plenty of time and delivers a shot in the middle to Winston Wright Jr., the transfer from West Virginia. They didn't come after him, and he made him pay.
They show pressure. They rush 3, sit back with 8 in coverage. Nice job of having the time, and there's a really good throw by Jordan Travis, finding that hole in the zone. It took some time there, but they were able to hit it.
Shows his poise and experience, what you expect there. 18-yard gain to convert the 3rd and long. On the move again. Goes back to his left and drops it off underneath. And the catch is made by one of those fine tight ends, Kyle Morlock.
But they're as excited about what he can do, so the combination of those 2 tight ends can really help this offense.
Benson stutter steps and plows forward. He's short of the marker. He'll take us down inside of 2 minutes in the first half. 3rd and about 1.5 yards now. Sneak. Travis fighting. 2nd, 3rd effort does get the first down at the 21. LSU, Wingo just trying to get lined up here. They're playing quickly. 10th play of this drive. Maybe wearing down this LSU defense.
Showing pressure to the left.
Deeping throw for the end zone. Battle. Coleman. Touchdown. Went up and got the football over Major Burns. And that's where they're excited to have him arrive from East Lansing.
And he just says, you know what? I got that cushion. I trust that Coleman's going to be able to make this play. And then he puts it up into the air where Coleman can have a chance to adjust back, even though it's underthrown a bit. Heck of an effort there by Coleman.
You see the strength of Coleman. He's 215 pounds, two-sport athlete at Michigan State. Played some hoops.
It's his second tonight, the transfer from Michigan State.
And from 40 and 21. That's why he was one of the most coveted receivers out of the portal. And Travis, the minute this dude got on campus, he knew his reputation. Then he went up at Mike Norvell's house, like the day after he got there, as a team gathering. And he's wearing jeans, and he throws down a windmill dunk. And they were like, whoa. Anderson knocked down. Yeah, he's been clutch on third down tonight and precise with his throws. See what LSU does here. A minute to go. They've got 2 timeouts. They'll work the sideline. Neighbors couldn't quite escape. And the clock now will stop here as they move the sticks momentarily. Green on the stop. They certainly trust their quarterback to operate the 2-minute drill. Long throw dropped out of the hands of Lacey.
Just trying to get in the field goal range with a couple timeouts.
Almost not known as a long-range field goal kicker. His career long is 47. They got to go ways. The attempt one. Blindside hit. The ball is loose. A scramble for it as Daniels got pounded by that man, Jared Verse. It was a nightmare a year ago in this game.
In this matchup, keeps his hands off of him, uses that speed and that bend to be able to get there in the blind side of the quarterback. He is a stud.
He's mocking the breaking the rock, which is the tradition that the Seminoles have. Boy, he got that arm, NFL style, right? He got the arm down and just tomahawked the ball out, pun intended, of the hands of the quarterback.
Speaking of NFL style, a lot of people thought he would have maybe gone out last year. He decides to come back, continue to work on his game. And I would argue if he's not the top pass rusher in college football, man, he's right there in the discussion.
Holly, we talked to Verse when we visited Tallahassee. Impressive guy. You got to love his work ethic.
His work ethic is impressive. I talked to his parents, Eric and Janine, and they were telling me about when he was in high school, he did a little bit of everything, basketball, baseball, but his proudest achievement was helping his team win the state championship in the 4x400 meters for the first time. You saw that speed off the edge. I saw him run a 100-meter leg that was pretty impressive. This kid has got athletic background. He's done a little bit of everything, but not only that, he played the saxophone. His parents raised a good one that can do a lot of talented things.
That's awesome. You would think they would just kill the clock and go in 14-14 at half.
In any case, somebody better account for number 5 over there is on the right end.
And moved the back over there to help Chip, maybe. And they're going to run the ball.
And just give it to Williams. He's got some space. He gets out and barrels way into Florida State territory. Kane is the back. Daniels, pocket collapsing, he escapes again and will be dragged down at about the 36. So Kalen DeLoach stopped him. Now they're right at that field goal line.
But a great effort by Daniels to get out of bounds. Hold on to that timeout. Playing man-to-man here, straight up. And that time he passed him off.
Neighbors comes across in motion. Daniels is looking to his left, delivers a long throw, and wide open is Brian Thomas. Still have that timeout. Daniels from the pocket throws, and it's incomplete. Looked like Malik Neighbors might have run out of bounds anyway. Ventrell Cypress, the fine transfer corner from Virginia, in coverage. A lot of trust in Cypress, isn't there? Against Neighbors one-on-one.
Got him again.
He's looking that way, throws, but miscommunication. He threw it short. Neighbors didn't break the route off.
You see neighbors coming back saying, because there's a little bit of miscommunication, is he going to throw it back shoulder or is he going to throw it downfield depending on where the coverage is of the corner? I don't think they were quite on the same page. Neighbors, I think, wanted that thrown downfield.
This time, Cypress backs off a little bit on 3rd and 10. Daniels does not want to take a sack here and just throws it away. Daniels and the offense have executed beautifully, and now Ramos will try to give them a 3-point lead at the break. No problem. LSU, in less than a minute before halftime, drives it 67 yards in 10 quick plays. And we do have a good one. These two heavyweights colliding on a, quote, neutral field. Again, it's a very experienced offensive line. They've had a hard time keeping Travis clean. The LSU pass rush was a factor. And the play clock's down at 1. They do get the playoff. And Travis has a whole lot of time. Now looking to create on the move a whole lot of space, too. Instead decides to throw, and here comes a flag. Trying to come back to the football. There's Wilson there, and Deuce Chestnut, who had a good first half, guilty of the foul.
Yeah, underthrown, receiver working back.
Pass interference, number 22, defense. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Jaheim Bell is in the backfield now along with Toafili. First time they've showed this formation. He's a lead blocker as they hammer it to Toafili and get 8 on that running play. 2-back look again. And they run it to the left. And that's a couple of successful plays with a rankle. And they're in LSU territory. And that's Benson back in the game. Third consecutive run, and Benson to the left kind of runs downhill. Doesn't look like much, but a good push. It's Bell who comes in motion. Travis flips it underneath, and it's Keon Coleman with Bell as a blocker. He's improved as a blocker, gotten more physical. That's not really what's made his reputation, but you got to do it all. Backward pass. Spahn looking to throw it. Is in deep trouble, retreating, now trying to create, flips it over the middle, and the catch is made by Wilson. Wow! A lot happened there.
A great job here of improvising, and it's a heck of a job by the defense from LSU. You see this, they want to get that downfield, it's taken away. So now, right there, I thought he was dead. Somehow he keeps this play alive, he gets away from Jones. I thought he might run it, but instead, how about the athletic ability on the run, throws an absolute dot for a first down.
That could have been a disaster. It could have been a 15-yard loss. Instead, it's an 18-yard gain.
They score on this drive. Don't forget that play for highlights on SportsCenter. That was a great play.
You know you're thinking, oh no, as a coach, when a receiver is running around with the ball in his hands. Those trick plays. Once again, it's Bell as a blocker, but nowhere to run as Braden Swinson just blew the play up and makes it a 3rd and 13 for Travis now. Does he have some more? Third down magic. Wilson's in the slot to the right. He's been the 3rd down target. They go to him again. This time he doesn't get quite enough.
Makes the attempt for this field goal much easier.
Fitzgerald, a guy who wants to kind of get his mojo back. Last year was the least accurate season that he had in his 3 seasons at Florida State. This is his first attempt of this season from 33. And he knocks it through. So Florida State moves it 60 yards in 9 plays, and we are even again.
Milroe showing there's going to be an element, his arm, but especially his legs. Good compliment to what they do on the ground.
Picked up a fumbled snap and just ran it into the end zone.
He's a special athlete.
And trying to bring it out here is Aaron Anderson, who had trouble fielding a punt earlier. He'll be stopped short of the 20. So the first possession of the second half for Jaden Daniels. He was able to create 3 explosive plays, 1 really explosive run. of 40 yards to set up a touchdown.
But he's really dangerous when he starts to be able to make plays with his feet.
He has been tonight. He's got the ball still, gets in space, just runs right by Jared Verse. As athletic as he is, he could not get the quarterback. Hakeem Dent brings him down.
And again, that's what he does. You know, he's able to attack that edge. He's got the option. You see Taylor right there in front of him. If that defensive end goes out too far and an inside linebacker is really scraping from the inside, he can dump that ball.
Chunk of 15 yards. Now looking to throw. Short route. Catch made by Neighbors in traffic, and he's going to pick up about 8. Second and short. Let's see if they dial up a shot for him. Now it's a keeper. They flip it in the flat. Taylor's got it. Gets a block from Neighbors on the edge and runs with great determination. And now there's a flag on the tackle at the LSU bench by Cypress. Is it another personal foul on the Noles? And a couple of them in the first half in one possession. Verse was a little aggressive over there, and Norvell pointing to his head saying that wasn't a smart play.
I mean, he's hustling, trying to make a play. They pulled it off. But again, I love the play call. I just love to see Daniels. That was a triple option.
Third catch tonight for Taylor. Bradford picks his way for about 4 up the middle as they cross back into FSU territory. The whole night they've been on the move in Noles territory. It's just been about how efficient can they be when they get down there. Empty backfield, ball out quickly. Neighbors on the edge, but a very sure tackle is made right there by Jerry and Jones. Here comes a 3rd and 6.
Got Neighbors down here at the bottom, away from the 3 receivers.
Daniels took a peek that way and now delivers across the middle, in and out of the hands of Kyron Lacey. Drops a play. Cypress was in coverage, and it's 4th down. Here comes the punt team.
Cypress with pretty tight coverage, but a great throw and a drop.
Pretty well-played game for the most part for an opener, but the drops on both sides, something we did not expect. We got some elite receivers on this field. Bramblett tries to pin them back. It's a very high punt, and Coleman comes up and makes the catch at the 17. Rodney Hill be wrestled down. They still cannot get this running game going. Big Jordan Jefferson. That's his specialty, plugging up the run. Loss of 4. Travis against the 3-man rush at halftime and launches over the middle. Coleman goes up and makes a catch. A beautiful pitch and catch. He beat Chestnut out near midfield.
1-on-1. There's that matchup again against Chestnut. He's come up with a pick. This time a perfectly placed football.
And they hand it off to Hill. He bangs forward. They said, so when you go good on good in the scrimmages, could your DBs cover Coleman? And Jordan said, no, not really. He's hard to guard. Toafili is the back. Pitch it on the edge. And that time, nothing doing. Coleman caught the ball. They had sent a tight end over there to block, but Omar Spates fought through all that stuff.
Yeah, really nice job there on the edge of the defense. Spates cleaned it up, but it was the secondary.
Toafili in motion. They hand it to him on 3rd and 3, and around. Lowers the shoulder, didn't get there. And now Norvell has a decision. It'll be 4th down and about 2 at the 42. Travis as a runner is always a serious threat. Are they trying to draw him off? They're going to run the play. Flips it out, and wide open is Toafili with a convoy. Makes the cut, still going. Slung down at the 1, but a huge 4th down conversion.
Brooks, they blitz here. This is the key right here. They bring the pressure to the outside. Toafili slips to the outside. There's nobody there to pick him up. And now you see a good effort downfield and a heck of a block by Johnny Wilson.
And now playing fast, just walking in the end zone is Jordan Travis. So Norvell trusts his offense. Beautiful play drawn up, and FSU back on top.
Jordan Travis, watch this read. Feels it from the backside, pulls that out of there, and ends up walking into the end zone. LSU selling out to try to get to Philly before he can get the ball. Good job of Jordan Travis feeling and sensing that.
It's the third touchdown accounted for Travis tonight, who is climbing the FSU charts. She's going to threaten a lot of records before this season is done. Knowles back up a touch.
To go back to this, this is a zone read. He's reading Perkins, but he feels Brooks on the backside. I know it's a 1-yard touchdown, but he's reading 4 to his right, and out of nowhere senses that collapse, the blitz from Brooks, and pulls it because of what was the blind side, and then allowed him to walk into the end zone. Again, he's not even supposed to be looking at him. He's looking play side and just kind of felt Brooks on that blitz.
Anderson wants to receive the short kickoff, but he knocked down to the 24. Daniels on third down. They pick up the late pressure. Neighbors on the long throw.
How about that? Right hash, the college game. That is a long throw from the right hash. Throws this ball on a line. Absolute rope. Gives you an idea of the arm strength of Jaden Daniels.
Knowles bring pressure again. Daniels cannot escape this time. Reaching up and grabbing him was Dennis Briggs. 4-yard loss. Handed off inside. Flying downhill was Tatum Bethune to slam into Williams that time. Third and long.
If you could tell at home, but this is a hard-hitting game. And there's some big hits like this. Boom, right there. Good job there by Bethune. Filling that up. He's feeling it right now.
They pick up the pressure. Daniels gets it out. Mason Taylor makes the catch. That penalty was big. Seconds ticking away. Will they get the play off? They just do. Last play of the quarter. Daniels takes a downfield shot. Oh, and wide open was Brian Thomas. Had to wait for the football. Could not make the catch.
He just got lost in coverage. Again, when you play man-to-man, whether it's a matchup zone or man-to-man, watch 20. Just kind of has his eyes on the quarterback. He falls to the inside with Lacey, leaving nobody there to the outside. And the Knowles, very fortunate. That's not a huge play for LSU.
Brian Kelly asked his receiver, what happened?
You just called your entire team together to start this fourth quarter. What was the message you delivered?
You got 15 minutes, man. Go put everything we have on the line. We got to make sure we're playing smart. I mean, guys are playing hard, playing with passion. We just got to make sure we're playing smart and not having any foolish penalties. Let's go finish this thing.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, he'll be thrilled. He looks up and sees Renardo Green makes the pick of Daniels and scoots down the sideline.
Yeah, Neighbors just falls down here, and a good job of stepping up in front of that. Told you that battle would be going on all night long. Green wins this one. Neighbors slips, loses his footing. Ball just a little bit late out into the flat. I don't know if it's going to be a completion either way, but Green sees it all the way and comes up with that big turnover. I don't know how he avoided his knee touching the ground there, but somehow he did, I guess.
Replay's going to look at it.
So.
Yeah, he's down.
We've got a knee down. They're going to bring the ball back to that spot.
See Neighbors down on the ground looking back, and there's the knee down.
Bill, you do want to err on the side of the official letting the play go, right? In case it didn't touch down, you want to give him a chance to make the big return.
After review, the defender's knee was down with the ball at the 43-yard line. Forced down, Florida State.
We're in the fourth quarter now, up 7. These drives get more and more important.
Drive recap brought to you by Camping World. And now the handoff to Benson, who busts loose. They're beginning to get a little traction with the running game. That was their best run tonight.
And again, he's not blocking anybody on this play, Jaheim Bell, but it's that two-back look again that seems to be giving LSU some fits. They're having a hard time getting penetration with that two-back look in the backfield.
A wrinkle since halftime. They go with it again on this snap. Benson again. Runs through tackles. That's what he does. The first guy there rarely gets him down.
See who wins this fourth quarter in the trenches.
It's a different look, but still a two-back set. From the pistol, with that blocker on the right side. Benson this time has to escape and will fight back and lose only about 3. Noles have been far more efficient than LSU tonight on third down, 7 for 12. They need 8. Travis taken off, has blockers, and Jordan Travis skips out of bounds.
Mike Norvell calling a heck of a game here.
And they flip it to Coleman, who's running the crossing route. He makes a nice little cut and picks up a chunk before Savion Jones brings him down.
Tigers defense, they look tired.
Travis on the move again, scanning downfield and fires across the middle. And that's Johnny Wilson.
Drops a couple easy ones and he makes the tough catches. It's a good job looking back, rolling out, eyes downfield, and then having a chance because of the accuracy of the ball to get down to protect himself, to be able to get that ball into his arms and lower his shoulder before Sam hits him. There's 14 on 14 right there. It's a big man.
Seminoles trying to extend this to a 2-touchdown lead. They have a 1st and goal at the 9. Toafili, nowhere to run outside, cuts it back inside. Looks like Andre Sam is okay from the 7-yard line on 2nd down. He's got a lot of options, that's for sure. Travis from the pocket, long looping throw, and that man again. Keon Coleman has a hat trick in his first game with Florida State. The ex-Spartan showing why he was so coveted out of the portal. Serious weapon in the red zone.
And a really good ball here by Travis. Recognizing the matchup, Coleman 6'4", can go up in the air being a basketball player. Really good instincts. Chestnut, who's had his hands full over there, the Syracuse transfer, 5'11", puts it up in the air and just lets Coleman adjust back to the ball, and an easy pitch and catch there for the touchdown for the Noles.
We said both teams had added to already strong rosters beautifully in the portal. Some people think that Norvell and Florida State played the portal game better than anybody. Maybe except for Coach Prime.
Yeah.
State grad.
Right. I was about to say. Well,
so Jordan Travis, 3 touchdown passes, all of them to his new buddy Keon Coleman.
Bounce back from that.
Yeah, very nearly threw a pick from his own 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Lucky to get away with it. Clayton will let it go. Dragged down is Bradford. Gilbert Edmond, one of those reserves, rotating in off the end. Bad time for miscommunication from the guys up front. 2nd and 15. Daniels flushed. And he'll be dragged down at the 11. Going backwards. Joshua Farmer made the play. But going crazy here now.
DJ Lundy again. Tell you, this linebacker has been all over the field. Number 10 in the middle. Watch him move and flush Jaden Daniels. This whole game is about trying to keep Daniels in the pocket. And that time they're able to flush him with both to the left and then to the right.
Florida State defense and crowd can smell blood here. A whole new bunch of Seminoles came on. It was like a hockey line change with his pass rush down. Long throw, catch by Thomas. He's got a long way to go, get nowhere near the marker, and out comes the punt team. Their side was going to take care of business. Is that kind of even matchup going in? And the Noles faithful, loud and vocal. That punt was dangerous, came close to bouncing into a Florida State player. Rolls dead at the 43. 8 minutes to go. Travis back to work, 36-yard punt. Again, the two-back set that's been so effective getting the ground game going here in the second half, and picking his way through his Benson and just powering for a 12-yard gain into LSU territory.
We talked at halftime when we came out. We said, what could get Jordan Travis going? And we said, like any quarterback, we said a running game. And it's exactly what Mike Norvell and his offensive staff have committed to. Travis has made the explosive plays. He and the receivers getting a lot of recognition. Keon Coleman's had a big night. But if you're a Knowles fan, you got to be really excited with this veteran offensive line, the adjustments to this two-back look, and how it's opened up their running game.
Talked about Jaheim Bell, so talented. He can do a lot with the football, as he did in South Carolina. He's been helping as a blocker tonight. Only one catch, but he's made an impact in the game in this two-back look. And now it was going to be a receiver, although he wasn't looking for the football. Travis just threw it into the ground.
Months and months in the making of Jordan Travis and Keon Coleman putting in the work to have the chemistry.
That's a good point, Holly. Here's Travis on the move, and he flips it wide open. Bell makes an impact play as a receiver, and Florida State may have just stuck the dagger in LSU.
You'll see as the play rolls on, watch him, he's actually showing like he's blocking, and then he ends up releasing. That's what affected the safeties. They just ignored him because he did a good job of kind of showing that stem block. They ignore him, he releases, and just right on cue, Chris, he comes up with a huge play.
Bell comes from Valdosta, Georgia, South Georgia, not very far from the Florida State campus. He is well aware of the Knowles. Again, a productive player at South Carolina. They had a good season last year. You wonder why transfer? Well, he wants to be a part of this offense. And Jordan Travis. And Jordan, he's feeling it, saying bye-bye to the LSU fans. Not over yet, but 7 minutes to go. 3-touchdown lead. Oh, I like it. 24 unanswered for the Seminoles. Touchdown, field goal. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown on their last 5 drives. Clayton from inside the 5, hard hit delivered at the 14-yard line.
Last year, 10-3. These Knowles fans have been desperate to get a team that they can get excited about. You saw the beginning of it last year and a continuation now this year.
Daniels just trying to desperately create a big play to make a dent in this lead. Neighbors makes the catch, and he's ushered out at the 37. Coming into the season, and it'll get even louder after this game, expected to challenge and maybe unseat the Tigers. They'll meet in Death Valley in just a few weeks.
And he took a lot of negative energy around the program. Some people, even his own fans, questioned if he was the right guy. He just kept making changes to the point that they are where they are now.
Daniels escapes and scoots for a first down. He'll get out of bounds. Again, the clock will not stop.
Look at that, 20-21, the big year last year. What you don't see with the 2022, after those tough years, they lose 3 straight in the middle of the year. It's like, oh boy, here they go again. And instead, they finish with 6 straight wins, including that bowl win. You're talking about a team coming off a 10-win season, playing LSU, and they're up 38-17. A lot of optimism right now.
Incomplete off the hands of Lacey.
The biggest difference is the depth that they have, and I think they're really physical at the point of attack.
Daniels is going to be dragged down after a short gain. Verse again was there just crushing the pocket.
Yeah, that's what's great about him is he doesn't always have to do it with speed. He's got that move. He's got quickness to go around the edge and the bend. But that time he just used short power that time to push Will Campbell right into the quarterback.
Ball comes out quickly in the long throw and a catch to Brian Thomas, who's shoved out of bounds. But again, the clock will continue to run. Fourth down and 4. Daniels flips it across the middle. Catch made. No first down. Lacey stopped by Tatum Bethune, and the Knowles get yet another turnover on downs, and that should do it.
What instincts there by Tatum Bethune. He and DJ Lundy have played incredibly well in the middle of this defense. He lets that receiver go by him, heads on his swivel. He sees that crosser underneath. And then that closing speed, Florida State fired up to know They more likely just secured victory, getting the LSU offense off the field.
Defense has done a good job, and I credit Adam Ford, the defensive coordinator for Florida State. Good job on third down, and then on the fourth down, stops have been enormous here. That one just about turning out the lights on the Tigers. Hill on a delay, and they have finally worn down that LSU front. Southern Miss up next for the Seminoles. That's their only September home game at BC, followed by at the Clemson Tigers, the nemesis. They've beaten them 7 times in a row.
Face mask, number 4 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's on Harold Perkins, who's had a quiet night. I think he's capable of wrecking an opponent's offense. Didn't do so tonight. That'll be the message. But with a 3-point halftime lead, just got completely out of hand. FSU more physical, just banging around, bullying LSU here in the second half.
How about Rodney Hill? And Rodney Hill comes in and says, guys, can I get in on the act? I know this, we're up 38-17. He's been sitting over there on the sideline, and he's like, I'm not just coming out here to kill the clock. I'm going to lower my shoulder and knock some people around. What a run.
Just ran over Major
Burns said, where did that come from? Wow.
It's a statement by the ACC. End around now, just having a little fun as Deuce Spahn knocked out of bounds. The game in Charlotte there, you watched North Carolina.
We know about Drake May, but I think Mac Brown has a heck of a team in Chapel Hill.
Where do you rank the Buffaloes in your you rank them top 5 or you stick top 10 after the opening game? Hey, you got to give me a little fun.
You've had 20 years of misery.
Not 20 years of misery.
Dude,
they've had some decent
2002 was your last team that 20 years we haven't said Colorado on TV.
In a good way.
No.
Travis weaving down. He's still running hard. Lowers his shoulder. He got booed at home games early in his career. He volunteered to change positions. And around, banging into the end zone. And they tack on more. That's Jaheim Bell, who scores as a runner after the touchdown catch earlier. Hello. That's only strengthened after this game.
Go back to the adjustments at halftime when they were trailing in this game. 17-14 at half. They came out, made some adjustments, and continue to just play humble, physical brand of football that they're playing tonight.
And they'll say, remember what happened last year. They beat LSU, very different kind of a game. Yeah. I'll shut up so you can get the audio because that's part of it. They are full voice here. There's a long throw, and the catch is made by Brian Thomas, who escapes. And LSU is going to break the scoring streak of 31-0 with their first points after halftime, a 75-yard play.
Well, you put some backup defensive backs in the football game. Jones there just adding the true freshman.
About 20 minutes too late.
Get him to realize there's still, such a long way to go. You still have such a great year. This is just a disappointing setback.
They got 2 kickers in there for the onside kick. They don't execute it very well as it's fielded very easily there by Zariah Thomas.
And they're off to a pretty good start tonight, the first game of the year.
You wait all season, all off season, I should say, for the start of the season. You can understand why fans get euphoric and why this is such a sweet moment for Florida State. It is just one game. As you said, there's a long way to go. They're going to have to handle success and pats on the back. But there's a lot to like.
When you go through misery like they did a couple years ago with this coach, and you got some older guys to remind people, reminds me of some of the teams like Ed Reed's Miami. Like, when you've been through that, it keeps you focused even though you're going to get a lot of attention. That's part of having a mature team that can help you.
It's a Seminoles smackdown here in Orlando. They still have never lost in this city. 11 wins and 2 ties. Jaden Daniels was effective in the first half. They couldn't get anything going in the second half. The defense could not get a stop at all against Travis. Ends up being a 21-point game with the late LSU touchdown. Mutual respect for these 2 fine quarterbacks.